Good Thursday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus, taking a deep dive into your forecast over the next 15 minutes. Right now, maybe a little patchy fog overnight. This view of Port Arthur, part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network and Market Basket. We're looking at cloudy skies tonight. We're probably going to break a record for the warmest low temperature. We'll get to that in just a second. But again, a very warm, humid night across Southeast Texas. Scattered showers and storms coming up tomorrow afternoon. Maybe a better chance up in the lakes area as a strong cold front pushes through, and it will turn significantly colder coming up over the weekend, and probably see below normal temperatures much of next week across Southeast Texas. So we're forecasting about 68 or so across the area. The warmest record that we've ever had was 66 for tomorrow. So we're going to break the record as the warmest low temperature for the date coming up for tomorrow. That is the 9th of January, as you can see. Otherwise, we're going to go with a 40% coverage here in the Triangle with high temperatures just south of 80 degrees. 81's the record, to put things in perspective, so we're close to record highs tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll go with again, the potential to get close to 80. If we get any sunshine, it could do that tomorrow. I think modeling's a little too wet across the area, and I would like it maybe towards tomorrow afternoon. Regardless, up in the lakes area, now the front is going to reach you probably tomorrow afternoon. So your winds may shift towards the northwest, maybe even northeast coming up tomorrow afternoon. We'll go with a high of 76 and a 50% coverage of showers and thunderstorms. That will go higher coming up tomorrow night as the front moves on into our area. Well, I don't think that we're going to see no rain coming up tomorrow, so we won't go with that. And again, those temperatures in the mid, possibly upper 70s. Otherwise, 63 is what we normally see this time of year, and that is the coldest part of the year, as I've said a couple times over the last week or so, until January 15th. After January 15th, the average temperatures start warming. So 63 now, and as you can see, we're going to be a good 16 degrees above that tomorrow. That all comes to a screeching halt Friday night as that strong cold front comes through, and we'll see below normal temperatures in the mid to upper 50s Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday, and then maybe modifying those temperatures, moderating the temperatures a little bit on Wednesday as we get south winds ahead of another cold front that comes on in. And it's back to cold as we get another round of cold weather as we head towards late next week and the following weekend. So could be a good maybe 7 to 10 days of below normal temperatures across the area, the way it looks right now. For the Triangle, we'll go with a 40% coverage coming up Friday late into Friday night. Maybe some leftovers. That's kind of iffy there, but it looks like mainly dry weather conditions to round out this 7-day forecast. Certainly below normal rainfall. The way it looks right now, you speak of rainfall. Well, this round, I'm only going to go out through Saturday morning. Again, the heaviest rain will likely be confined up in the lakes area. May not see too much here in the Triangle. That's why I'm going to go with a 40% coverage like we've had the last several days, by the way. But again, if anybody sees any severe weather, which I think is extremely low, it would be up in the lakes area, along with the heavier rainfall. But as you can see, most areas seeing grossly below a half an inch of rainfall. Wish we could get more this round, but again, we hopefully could get something over our area to where we get more rainfall, because we certainly need it. But we'll take every bit we can because the drought continues to worsen. As you can see now, a severe drought into southwest Jefferson County, Chambers County, back over into Liberty County. All of the area is at least in a level 1 drought, and many areas up and through northern Tyler, northern Jasper, and much of Newton County, back over into southwestern section of Hardin County are under a level 2 drought, as this is the brand new drought monitor that came out today. So as you can see, certainly worse over into southwest sections of our viewing area. Otherwise, no changes on burn bans, and tomorrow it looks like a low chance for wildfires, so that's the good news. Earlier today, we had about a 10, maybe 20% coverage of showers, very light showers across our area. Those have since seemed to move on off towards the east. We're looking at lots of clouds tonight and very warm temperatures across southeast Texas, well above normal. If we go 68 for our low tomorrow, just to put it in perspective, our normal high is 63. Crazy weather in January. That, again, is all going to change Friday night. And across the state, very mild from Dallas, Waco, Austin, San Antonio to Laredo, back over into East Texas, South, and coastal Texas, but turning colder up and towards the Texas Panhandle. And unfortunately, we've lost visible satellite. That's normal. But here's the real push of colder air up into the Texas Panhandle that is going to be pushing this front on into our area coming up tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, really, across our area. So we'll certainly see a much colder scenario coming up this weekend. It's going to be blustery. That means cold and windy coming up, or at least colder and windy as we head on into Saturday. So there's the disturbance that created the tornadoes into Oklahoma, now ejecting up into the upper Midwest, as you can see. And that's what gave us the winds today. Here's the main trough of low pressure extending from Montana to the Las Vegas and over towards the Baja. That's the one that's going to bring us our next cold front coming in tomorrow night across southeast Texas. And again, most of the energy and dynamics, the way it looks, it's going to be off towards our north. So severe threat looks over towards Louisiana, but you can see that subtropical jet fairly active over our area. That's what we're seeing right now. So as you can see, lots of clouds tonight, some sprinkles here or there. We'll give it a 10% shot by tomorrow morning. Some areas could see actually warming or rising temperatures towards morning. So don't be surprised if we're around 70 degrees in the morning. Otherwise, kind of a break in the morning, maybe some light sprinkles here or there. There's noontime. As we head into the afternoon, it's mainly up in the lakes area, as you can see. There's 3, and then here we go into mid and late afternoon hours. And again, heaviest activity up towards the lakes. Look at all the rain over the triangle. There is none. We finally get a thin line, a weakening line, moving on into the triangle. So we'll keep our 40% coverage, as you can see, as the front pushes through late tomorrow night. Really, Saturday morning is what it is. And then the winds will increase out of the north. They'll drive the rains out. It looks like a cold scenario coming up on Saturday with lots of clouds as the rains exit our area. So there goes that disturbance that brought us the wind off to the north and east. Here's the trough, and it comes on down and brings us our cold front. Look how the winds kind of turn west to northwest. That'll drag the cold front through our area, and we get more of a northwesterly instead of a southwesterly flow in the upper levels, guiding colder air around that trough of low pressure. As you can see, there's the big low right there, and the flow around it will drag colder air into, well, Texas, Louisiana, and really on into the southeastern U.S. Then we got this to not worry about, but to watch. A piece of that trough gets left behind over towards the Baja. Now, as we work on in to, say, Tuesday, we'll get another trough of low pressure, Tuesday into Wednesday. This next trough will come on in, and some of that energy will come on from the southwest into southeast Texas. So we're expecting a lot of cloud cover, but I think the air mass below the clouds is pretty dry. So it doesn't look like we'll see any rainfall with that at this point, because I don't think any of the drops from the cloud layer that'll be in the mid-level deck will reach the ground, because they'll evaporate before they reach the ground. That's the way we're looking at right now. It looks like a dry air mass through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. So this trough comes on through, and we get another northerly flow, more directly a northerly flow into our area as we head on into Thursday. Now look at this, another piece of energy right there coming down, and that will only amplify the ridge that is over towards Alaska. See how these lines go up towards Alaska and then down? That's a nice ridge of high pressure over California, the west coast. They usually get Santa Ana's out over there and fires that time of year, this time of year. Hopefully that didn't happen, but certainly the pattern supports colder weather as we work on in to mid-January across the lower 48. So on the Gulf tomorrow, now looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 to 3 feet and a south wind around 10 knots. Water temperature has warmed up to 71 degrees. So our forecast for tonight, cloudy, breezy, and warm. Record warm, low temperatures tomorrow morning. At the coldest, I don't think we could get any colder than about 68, which is not cold. And it may be even warmer than that as those south and southwest winds continue off the Gulf. Sometimes they could be gusting around 20 miles an hour. Lots of clouds Seems like April or May rather than January, right? Then tomorrow, as you saw on Futurecast, doesn't show much here in the triangle. We'll go with a 40% coverage. Best chance will be up towards the lakes area. And if anybody has a threat of severe weather, it would be the lakes area. We're talking, well, what is the lakes area? See this? Up towards Tyler, northern Jasper, northern Newton counties. There is a potential you could be placed under a watch tomorrow. However, I think the chances of any severe weather are fairly limited up there because of the lack of instability. We'll actually have more instability here in the triangle, but the winds aloft are not as conducive to any type of rotating thunderstorms. So that's why we're just not real impressed right now. Could be, we'll see. Hopefully not, but that's usually the situation that we see here this time of year with this particular situation. Otherwise, we'll be watching that front come on down from the north and east. Look at the showers and storms off towards our north and east. That's really where I think the severe weather is going to be, off towards northern and eastern Louisiana. Then the front comes through, we get those winds turning to the north, and it is, as I said, going to be a cold, windy day as the rains move out early Saturday morning across southeast Texas. And then Sunday morning will be cold and dry, may not get out of the 50s. Look at all the cloud cover coming up Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's because of that southwest flow from the Pacific. And with that disturbance over the Baja, ejecting high-level cloudiness, we'll go with partly sunny skies Sunday, Monday, into Tuesday. But as you can see, Monday morning, now these went a little bit warmer. I think it's going to get close to freezing up in the lakes area. So possibly a light freeze in the lakes area, mid to upper 30s here in the triangle is what I'm expecting, say Monday morning. Otherwise, again, let's see if this will work for me. Our front comes in Friday night. There's front number 1, and then front number 2 will come on into Wednesday. But because we will see south winds ahead of it, we'll warm up a bit, and that will allow us to see maybe 67, and then temperatures start going down again as that second piece of cold air moves on down from Canada. So that's a look at your 7-day forecast, and I don't expect any rain with this system on Wednesday with the cold front because, again, from the clouds to the ground, these clouds will be mid-level. So I just don't think any raindrops that are formed by this system will make it on down to the ground. So we'll go with dry weather coming up Saturday afternoon, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. That's a look at your 7-day forecast. In review, we're probably going to break a record for the warmest low temperature tomorrow morning. Our warmest ever recorded for January 9th since 1901 was 66. We're forecasting 68 tomorrow morning. And again, to put things in perspective, our normal high is 63 degrees. So tomorrow, temperatures may actually rise. And as you can see, not much across our area overnight as temperatures rise towards morning. As I said, 63 is our normal high, and we will be well above that, 79, maybe 80 degrees if we get any peaks of sun coming up tomorrow afternoon. It will not be as windy as what we saw today because the system that brought us the wind in the Texas Panhandle is all the way into the Midwest. It'll be breezy, but as you can see, below normal high temperatures. These are your high temperatures over the next several days. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, into Tuesday, we're stuck in the 50s, and then here comes our next cold front, so we'll get south winds ahead of that. May boost us up just above normal into the mid-60s, and then we go back down as the next cold front